that watches over the show, and it's called Claw, the Klingon League of Assault Warriors. I'm sorry, Legion. And we have with us somebody from Claw, and you are?
Kamorn Sampari.
Okay. And now, how long have you been doing this?
This is my first convention.
Is it difficult, or do people behave themselves at the show?
Yes.
People are mostly here for a good time?
Yes. There are some that complain, but we send them to the creation staff. They take care of those.
Now, are you allowed to have a good time being part of Claw?
Yes, we get breaks in which we can go around, see the shows. If we want to see something specific, we ask, like Kathy, for instance, and she'll set it up that we can go and see it.
Did anyone ever get out of hand at the show? Have there been any problems?
So far, no.
So it's a very peaceful group, just here to have a good time, right? Okay, well, thank you, and we'll see you later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, among the many important activities at the show are the dealer tables, where you can buy all sorts of great stuff. And we're here with one of the guys who's working with the dealer. And your name is?
Sam.
Sam, and now what kind of memorabilia are you dealing with here?
Mainly photo stills, model kits, you know. People buy stills of the guests that are going to appear to get them autographed, and models that they like to build of various spaceships or sci-fi memorabilia.
Isn't it easier to just buy the models already assembled, or people like putting them together?
People enjoy putting them together mostly, and it's more exciting, it's more fun, especially when you see the finished product. And there are a lot of things you can do with the model, is create dioramas, and so many variations on different model kits that it's good, it's just fun.
Have you created some dioramas yourself?
I'm not into model kits. Some of my friends are, and they've created dioramas that are really very excellent. They're good enough to be in movies.
Wow.
You know.
Okay, well, enjoy the show, and thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Mr. James Paul Sellers at the Creation Convention, and Mr. Sellers, you're here. What are you looking for today? What are you shopping for?
I'm looking for anything with 2001 or Star Trek: The Next Generation, and a few other items.
What about anything from 2010?
Yeah, maybe that too.
Some people don't. A lot of fans of the 2001 don't like the 2010. But you like them both?
Yeah. I like them both because I believe there's going to be a future, and there may be a second Big Bang coming.
Oh, wow. Now, have you been coming to Creation for a long time?
No, this is my second year.
Second year. And you have a lot of Trek stuff on. I don't know if you can catch all that on his outfit, but Star Trek: The Final Frontier. Do you have a lot of Star Trek stuff at home?
No, I've been watching it on television.
Okay.
And I also am an old Trekkie. From the original. Oh. I'm a 25-year-old Trekkie.
Wow. From when they used to call them Trekkies and not
yeah.
Trekkers, right?
Yeah.
All right. And if you could be any Star Trek character, which one would you be?
Mr. Spock.
How come?
Because I believe in the Vulcan saying logic.
Oh. And can you do the sign, the Vulcan sign?
Similar.
Okay. Wow. Well, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you very much.
It's for Manhattan Cable. Okay, we're here with Dean, who is one of many attendees here in dressed in their Federation wear, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And now, what outfit is this? Is uniform?
This is the captain's uniform from Star Trek: The Next Generation. You can tell the rank up here by how many pins. It should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a captain.
Right. And now, do you have other uniforms at home, or is this?
No, they're very expensive. I only got this from present money, a graduation gift.
Could you tell how much it was? Or?
It was like almost $100.
Wow, that's a lot.
And this is just the shirt. You have to provide your own pants and shoes. Just the shirt, and then the badge is separate and the pins are separate. Pins were $2 each, and this was $12. So you're talking like almost $100.
Oh wow. Now, the Federation, they don't have to wear coats over theirs, though. They don't have to wear coats, jackets on top of theirs, like you have to.
Yeah, well, it's cold weather outside. This is not a planet, that has a constantly warm climate.
Right, that's true. And, well, it's really a great uniform, and we thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, and here we are with two other members of the Federation, and you are?
Counselor Mary Battle of the Merlin.
Okay, and you are?
Commander Sharon Greeton, CO of the Merlin.
Okay. Now, do you both live around in the area here, or?
No, sir, we drove up from Pennsylvania.
Wow, so this is pretty special that you come all the way from Pennsylvania for this show, right?
Yes, I have had family on Long Island, though, so it's nothing new for me to drive this far.
Okay. Now it's acceptable to wear your uniforms in the convention itself, but what do people say when they see you on the street in these uniforms?
Well, normally we don't walk around in the uniforms. We go in disguise, in civilian costumes, so that we're not discovered.
Okay, but here you can really just be yourself and do your own thing. And now, did you buy anything special yet today, or?
We bought a couple of special things, a signed calendar by one of the artists here.
Oh.
And a couple of other things, mostly just little knickknacks here and there.
Right. Okay. Well, there's lots of great stuff you can get here, and we thank you and have a safe trip back home.
Thank you.
Okay, there are a lot of creative types at the Creation Convention, and not people just buying stuff by other people, but people that are doing their own things. And we have with us an up-and-coming cartoonist. Is that right?
Cartoonist, inventor, animator, mechanical animator. I have my characters here, Mr. Wonderful and the Recyclabots. You get a zoom on them. They're supposed to save the world. The big guy is made out of an old X-ray machine. The head's a hard disk. The little guy on the left, on the right of your right, he has 2 coffee pots, a vacuum cleaner, a tricycle, and a skateboards. And then this other guy's an old Yamaha motorcycle gas tank. They sing, they dance, they talk. Mr. Wonderful and the Recyclabots, they're great.
Now, is that dangerous using an old X-ray machine? Has it been all cleaned up and everything?
Yeah, I got them out. I take all the stuff out of them. Whatever is dangerous, I pull out of them, and I automate them. I put motors in them, onboard computers inside of them.
And now you want to create a comic based on these characters, or?
Basically a cartoon series called Mr. Wonderful and the Recyclabots. They're here to clean up the environment because they're all made out of 90% recycled material.
Okay. And how far along are you now? Do you have some people interested in this project?
I've been speaking to some toy companies. It's so-so with them. I'm working on some new characters too.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best and good luck with it.
Yeah, okay. Nice meeting you.
Same here.
Okay.
Okay, and here we are now with
Robert.
Robert, but that's not your Federation name, though, right?
No, I don't have one.
Oh, okay. You must have a favorite character, though, right? Is there one, if you had your choice of anyone you could be, who would you be?
Rika.
I think that's a good choice, myself. Now, are you looking forward to the Deep Space Nine series that's coming up?
Yeah, but I might have a problem with that because I don't have Sci-Fi channel.
Oh. No, I think that one you're going to be able to get on the regular TV.
Really?
The new Star Trek series.
Right, I heard about it. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be great to see it.
Yeah, I would think. Now, are these? I don't have one of these uniforms because they're expensive, like $100, right? Now, how do you clean that? Does it have to be dry cleaned? Or?
No, I just put it in the laundry.
Wow, and so you just wash and wear?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good feature, I guess.
Yeah.
On that. Okay, well, I want to thank you for coming on our show and talking to us, and we'll see you at the next convention.
Right. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, here we are with yet another member of the Federation. I think there are more people from the Federation at this convention than there are on the ship itself. Now, do you have any tips? Have you heard anything much about Deep Space Nine yet?
I've actually gotten a copy of the script and I've read it over, and even though the script is not always exactly like the way the pilot episode is, it seems pretty interesting. It's not Star Trek The Next Generation, it's very different, but it still has its own dynamics to it, which will make it interesting, I think.
Now, you are bedecked. You have 4 items there, which indicates that.
Rank, I am a captain with 4 shoulder pips, they're called.
And, now, how long have you been watching Star Trek?
Oh, many years. 8, 9 years.
And as for the movies, did you think all the movies are good? Some people think maybe 1 or 2 weren't that good.
I liked Star Trek 1, and Star Trek 5 could have been done better, I think, but the big disappointment to me was Star Trek 6. Even though I think in and of itself it was a good movie, I think the hype was a little bit better than the actual show itself.
Well, as you can see, there's a lot of expertise here at the show, and we want to thank you for coming on. Your name again is?
Brad Altfest.
Okay, Brad. Well, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, now we're here. We've talked to a number of Star Trek experts, but we also have fans of various kinds of video. And right here, and your name is?
My name is Michael Ritzer. I'm a video, I guess you'd call me a videophile. That is the one who collects videos of various kinds of films. I got everything from horror and science fiction to classic dramas of the past, going back to some of the silents. I myself come to conventions like this for rare science fiction and horror because either they're not available, or if you see them around in, shall we say, how should I put it, sometimes you can get the British editions of some horror films, which are sometimes longer than the American editions when they released here, because the original releasing time is often different in America than it is in, say, Great Britain or one of those other places. For example, the original British version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show is a riot, because with that includes the only time I ever seen an English language film with Japanese subtitles.
Oh, wow. And now you like buying your videos here because you don't have to deal with all the mail order, right?
Yes, primarily. Unfortunately, as it often is, if the dealer here doesn't have them, which often happens, after all, one can't expect one to carry everything. We're thankful that the video dealers that are here, such as the one right in back of us right now, is reliable enough to send us those things as soon as he has a supply.
Now, sir, are you a video collector as well?
Oh, yes, I certainly am. We have almost 2,000 of the old-time videos. We enjoy all kinds of them, from the horror to comedy, television, as well as the ones that were on the screens from the 30s right on. I've been enjoying, of course, recently the Lon Chaney videos that we have been able to purchase and find here also. And hopefully the dealers will be able to bring out the whole collection eventually, if it's ever been on television. They've been able to record it and made it so at a reasonable price. Another thing is the reasonable price that they ask for these here. Most of the times I have to get into the first shot in the things like Suncoast or RKO Warner, they generally run about $90. Here it seems like the running cost, the lowest I've seen, is $20, and that to me is a bargain.
It sounds like it. Now, did you get any videos yet today? Did you buy any?
Oh, yes. We picked up, of course, some Hammer films. And finally, someone had The Vengeance of She, which I was hoping to have acquired here this past July when they held the comic convention. And all these wonderful dealers were here at that time. But I was able to find out, of course, in July that, as I say, some of the Lon Chaney Sr. films, which I thought were never available, were found here. Also, we picked up several of the ones like Scars of Dracula, there's just so much. And, of course, Boris Karloff, God rest his soul. I really loved his films. And I've ordered, thanks through Pete's video, the complete 40 volumes that he has available. But he gets it in from other sources, and it takes time. So it seems like hopefully in time he'll be able to have all 40, and then I'd be able to pay so much a month and get so many of the volumes, and then until I've finally expired.
Wow.
It won't just end there.
And now, did you two come together or no?
Yes.
And so between the two of you, you must be able to find just about every video you're looking for. If you.
Oh. Yes, it is. It's just that we don't have enough money for it all. We run out of money so easily.
Also, our plastic, such as in credit cards, is not as good as it used to be. We have to put a limit on that, as I'm sure many of the people who will be listening to this will be happy.
Just everybody, right? And the dealers like cash too, I think.
Yes, I think they prefer that actually too myself.
Okay, well, I want to thank you both and for coming on our program, and good luck getting the rest of those videos.
By the way, is this for that new Sci-Fi channel? Or is this for?
Oh, it's for Manhattan Cable Beyond Vaudeville.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Well, continued success.
Thank you.
God bless.
Okay, all right. Here we go. There might be a little background noise because Deanna Lund from Land of the Giants is speaking. But we discovered some people that are wearing something different from the usual Federation outfits.
Security guards, and what I try to do is, I've been doing this for several conventions now, and so I always do a different costume for each convention. And so this time I'm doing something sort of fantasy medieval, and this is my friend. She's doing, well, go ahead.
My name is Lisa. I'm basically dressed as a wench from the medieval period. It's basically part of SCA, which is a Society for Creative Anachronism, and they dress up in this type of garb, and they go have wars, they fight each other. It's a lot of fun.
Now, this isn't tied to any particular series then, or anything. It's just an original creations, right? Okay. And now, a lot of the security people here are from Claw, but you're not with that group.
No, we're very good friends with them, and we've never done Klingon costumes per se. I've done a Romulan once, so we always help out, but we are not affiliated with Claw.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you both for coming on, and we'll let you get back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Again. Okay. All right. We're here with some special guests at the Creation Convention, and your names are?
Anthony Jordan.
Okay. And you are?
Nancy Jordan.
Okay. And you are?
Celia Cody.
Okay. You're not Jordan.
Married, my married name.
Okay. Now, how long have you all been coming to Creations conventions?
I've been coming past 10 years. Wow. Yeah.
So that's even when it was in the old Sheridan location, right? Right. And have you bought a lot of great things at the Creation Convention?
Quite a few things, the shirts and things. I get Star Trek memorabilia and things like that.
And you look mostly for Star Trek things, or?
Some of that and fantasy stuff. Movies, everything that deals with it.
And now your T-shirts, you have a Native American Indian guy, and you have a dog, German Shepherd. Oh, okay.
Prepared for the cold.
Okay. She was saying she has a Star Trek shirt underneath that shirt. So now anything special? Oh, but right here we have Captain Kirk.
I look for Godzilla and Ultraman toys.
Ultraman?
And Godzilla toys.
Okay. Who's this guy?
Ultraman.
Okay. Well, and see, the fans start very young here at Creation, and we want to thank you all and hope you get some good stuff at the show.
Thank you very much for having us.
Okay. Okay. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. We're here now during one of the lectures. George Takei the one and only George Takei is speaking behind me and entertaining the creation audience. It's a very reverential crowd here today because actually to have one of the actual Star Trek members here. So I don't know if you can hear him too well in the background, but you can see the crowds hopefully behind me. Everyone's very excited to see Mr. Takei and hear his words. Okay, we're here with the one and only Soupy Sales at the Creation Convention, and he's just very busy signing autographs. People are bringing all kinds of albums and
I know,
photos.
it's wonderful. I'm very flattered. Yeah, it's very nice.
And what are you going to talk about today?
I haven't decided yet. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'll tell them about what happened a little bit on my show, and then I'll take questions and answers. And it's no heavy lifting, so I'm going to like it.
Okay. Any pies today?
No pies. No pies. No pies. It's only when I work that's what happens.
Okay. And we had Mr. Frank Nastasi on the show. Have you been in touch with him lately?
Yes, I have. I was just talking with him the other day through his interpreter, and I love him, and we're working on a thing that might happen real soon, which I'm very excited about.
Oh.
And no, I talk to him quite often. He's a very talented man.
Okay. And will you be doing more of those shows at the Bottom Line that you did with the comics?
Well, you know what? I don't know. I haven't done that in quite a few years. You mean using the film clips and stuff like that? No, I don't know. I haven't done that in a few years using it. I tell you, the reason I don't is because a lot of clubs and places aren't set up to handle that. You know, it takes a little bit more production than just walking out and someone handing you a microphone. And you know, if it was presented in the right way, maybe so. But I still do a lot of stand-up. In fact, I'm standing up right now.
And I guess the last thing is we're so happy you're here at Creation, but why a science fiction convention?
Well, because I'm science fiction. I'm in the Twinkie zone. That's about 8 miles outside the Twilight zone. Beam me up, Scotty. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Okay, all right. Here we are with some gentlemen who just at the Creation Convention who just came out of the George Takei presentation. And your names, you are?
Paul Cordy.
Paul and
Robert Giordano.
Howard Nyman.
David Tafia.
And so what do you guys think of George Takei? Anybody?
He's very good. He's a good speaker, yes.
Did you ever see him before or speak?
Yes, Star Trek. Not in real life.
But not in real life. That's what's special, right? And it was very sad. He was talking about the final days of Gene Roddenberry just before, as it sounded like. So, did you guys buy anything today, or are you just looking around? Or?
Yes, I bought this communicator pin from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, is that the kind where you can press and it makes the noise? Or?
Yeah.
Wow. And this, maybe you can see this, Beam Me Up Scotty. Wow.
How about you? You go buy one?
I haven't bought anything yet, but I think I'm going to before I leave today. Did you get anything, David? Or, no?
I got a squeaky thing. A tribble.
A tribble. Oh, a tribble. Oh, I've got one of those. The one that makes the noise. Okay.
And I got pictures of the Star Trek Next Generation crew, and also a picture of George Takei and Michelle Forbes in Sin Row.
Well, and the cast, and I guess we're gonna have to. You got a Shatner photo?
Yeah.
And I guess soon we're gonna have to get Deep Space Nine stuff, right? The next Star Trek series.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, and we'll see you guys soon. Wow, what a special treat we have here. A friend of the series, Mr. Austin Velez, is here, and he's going to do the Star Trek theme for us. Right, Mr. Velez?
Yes.
I'll give you the microphone, because you handle them very well, right? Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much, Frank. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Velez. And maybe now, do you know the Next Generation theme? Can you do that one for us?
I'm still working on that. I expect by next year's creation I will be able to perform that as well.
Okay, well, thank you again, Mr. Velez. Lots of celebrities come to the creation, including Mr. Shatner came this year to the Thanksgiving creation convention. Hello, Mr. Shatner. How are you? And he looks very like he's deep in thought today. So I don't think we'll be talking to him actually, but there's still plenty more. So stay tuned. Well, what a pleasant surprise. Some people that have actually been on the show before, and from our Halloween spectacular. And
hi, my name's Ron.
And actually, Ron, you were wearing that uniform.
But now I'm decided to be.
Oh, look at that. And okay, and
I'm Karen. I'm the same Rocky Horror person that I was before.
So you guys get a lot of mileage out of these uniforms, it seems. Now you only have 3 of the. You're not a captain.
No, I drank too much beer, so they knocked me down to first officer.
Okay.
Weiser's bad on the Enterprise.
Okay. And now, are you guys buying anything today?
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
I
got some stuff.
I got the Ren and Stimpy show.
Oh, look at that. And are those the rare ones that they didn't show, or those are the
No, I think they even have the HBO logo on them, or whatever, Nickelodeon or whatever.
Oh, okay. So they're all authorized, right?
Yeah.
Everything is authorized here that we.
Starfleet's honor.
Okay, Starfleet's honor. Okay, and anyone special you want to see here today? There are a bunch of people speaking.
I came to see Marina Sirtis because not many people know this, but she played Magenta, which is the character that I'm supposed to be, in a German production of the Rocky Horror Show. So. Yeah.
Don't imagine there are many people that know that. But okay, and so she'll be here later today, right? Okay. Well, want to thank you both and enjoy the show, and we'll see you soon.
Will do. Take care now.
Okay. Okay. One of the more momentous events in comic books in recent memory, of course, is the death of Superman, and we have 2 experts here at the Creation Convention who are going to tell us a little bit about what they think of the book. And you are?
James Kapastis.
Okay, and James, any thoughts on the comic?
Well, first off, I'm real amazed that they actually found something that could kill Superman. But considering the way that the comic sort of got changed in the mid-'80s to make him, I guess you call it, a kinder, gentler Superman, that was to be expected. But somehow I don't think they're going to keep him dead too long.
You think it's right that they just do that? Some people say just to sell more comics.
Yeah, it's probably a ploy. Like, you've had this happen a couple of times before with different things in comics, to get ploys. Like, there was this one series called Millennium that sort of did the ploy for that, or I forget what was, the Invasion series a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
To basically sell comics. Like, when when they released the Dark Knight comics, that really pushed sales, and that eventually led to the Batman movie.
And, okay, now, I'm sorry, we didn't introduce you. You are?
Kevin McHenry.
Okay, and Kevin, you share a lot of his thoughts about the book?
Well, yeah, I think it was definitely a marketing ploy to get the sales to go way up there. Just the way they limited everybody's order for the Superman 75. They've really cut back, and it was very hard to get them. And the way the artists were all over the place in order to do signings and stuff like that. And the thing is why would they bring a character like Doomsday, who's never had any previous connection, who has never even existed before, except for just that? They usually had him hidden underground somewhere. Right. That's like, why? And just to do that, and they keeping Doomsday alive, so you can't be sure.
How many copies have you purchased? Have you bought some?
Yeah, I bought 3 of the bagged and 1 of the first printing to the newsstand. And I've been following the storyline. It's a very good storyline. There's no doubt about that. It was a very interesting storyline. It was worth following.
And how many did you buy of that?
I'm afraid I only bought 1 of the sealed copy 75 for myself and 1 for my girlfriend, who was real distressed when she found out that if she opened it up, the value goes down.
That's right. That's what they say. And, well, I want to thank you guys very much for giving us that informative information, and we'll talk to you soon. All right. Here we are with yet another attendee at the Creation Convention of Science Fiction and art and all sorts of science fiction art and books. And your name is
Robert.
Robert. And now, have you bought anything good here today?
Yeah, a few things. Good.
And now I noticed you taking photographs of Ms. Lund, Deanna Lund from Land of the Giants, right? And were you a big fan of hers growing up?
Well, yeah, I have all the episodes on videotape.
Wow.
All 51.
And did you get a chance to talk to her at all, or?
Yeah, I got a chance to tell her that, and I got her autograph.
Wow.
It was really good.
And was it a specialized autograph? Or did she write anything special on it?
She wrote my name. She said, "Giant regards, Deanna Lund."
That was clever. And how many of the other cast members are around and appearing at shows nowadays? Are a lot of them around? Or?
One of them passed away, and the other 6, they're still around. I don't know if they go to conventions too much. She's the first one from the convention. She's the first one from the show I ever saw at a convention.
Okay. And now, are you going to get around? You're going to see George Takei and some of the other celebrities here today?
I've seen George Takei before.
Okay.
And Marina Sirtis I've seen.
Okay. So this was special, though, meeting Ms. Lund. Okay. And anything special that you bought or you're going to buy today at the convention?
No, mostly just browsing.
Okay. Well, that's the best way to find stuff, just looking around. And, you never know what you're going to find just going around to the different tables, right? Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay, we're here with the one and only Miss Deanna Lund, who you all know and love and remember from Land of the Giants. And now, what's it like coming and seeing all these people that came out to see you today?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's wonderful. It always amazes me that there's so much interest still in Land of the Giants. It's 25 years ago that we did it. I mean, I was only 5. And all these sci-fi fans, you really are, if you bought that one. But anyway, it's fun. It's a trip. It really is. I love the show.
And it seems like people love to hear anecdotes about the show, even though it was some time ago. They still love to hear it just like it's a new show. Is there any chance of a revival of the show at all?
Well, yes, there is very definitely a chance. There's a lot of talk about it right now, and I just wrote a book about it. I wrote a book on what's happened to the crew that was stranded on the Land of the Giants for the last 10 years. I mean, notice I said 10 years. Okay. I'm no fool. I'm not going to say 25. I mean.
And what's the name of that book? Where can we get that?
Valerie in Giant Land. It's her diary that she keeps in the Land of the Giants. So there we are, and we're working on a script now, and hopefully. There's talk of other people are also working on trying to get it, but apparently when Irwin Allen died, he's left his affairs a little bit complicated, so William Morris is handling it, so sooner or later it'll be straightened out, and hopefully we'll, get it off the ground.
You mentioned Irwin Allen, and he was, of course, a giant himself in this business, and what was it like working with him? Was that really special?
It was very special and very unusual. He's one of a kind. He really was. He was the Barnum and Bailey of showbiz. I think what he did in his promotion and his, of course, the whole concept of this show, the giantness of it, of the giant props and it was really ahead of its time. The expense, it was the most expensive show on television, which is what ultimately killed it. But I think that if it were revived now, it would probably be more appreciated, because when you look back at the quality of the show and the quality of the special effects, it was phenomenal, And
now, there were other shows like a Saturday morning show, Dr. Shrinker, and these other shows, but none of them were really quite the same because it really was very special, the effects.
The special effects were absolutely incredible, and I didn't even appreciate how wonderful they were at the time. I know that it was a lot of work, and it was, a lot of all the different special techniques of doing it, but I had no idea at the time, how complicated it was, and it was. We worked long hours and long weeks, and it was expensive.
Well, and it showed, and you could really get all of the tapes. You can get all of the tapes today if you know where to look, like at conventions like this. Yeah. And we look forward to reading your book.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Lund. Okay, now we have a shot of this Aquaman sitting on his seahorse, and just wonder, well, now what does a person do with that?
Well, they put it on a shelf, and it reminds them of when they were a child and probably when they used to own it, and it brings back some happy memories. The people come here to buy this type of stuff because they had it as a kid and their mother threw it away. Now they can buy it back as an adult and pay 10 times more.
Now, and you have, wow, and now you have one of the biggest collections of Superman stuff, is that right?
That's what I hear, yes, that's correct. America's foremost Superman collector.
Wow, and how long have you been collecting now?
30 years. 30 years, just Superman.
So you got a lot of this stuff when it wasn't really that valuable, or it wasn't selling for that much money, right?
True, yeah, but I really specialize in pre-1960 items, and that's basically what I collect. I have over 10,000 items from before 1960, and that's what I really enjoy collecting.
And what's your favorite thing here of everything you brought with you today? Is there one single favorite thing?
Well, these are everything here is not from my collection. These are all duplicates and what have you, but I don't know. I like this Batman Soki over here. That's a very popular item that a lot of people are looking for from 1965, and I think it should sell by the end of the day. It's only $75.
Wow. And now, did that have shampoo in it or something?
Bubble bath. Came with bubble bath. Colgate bubble bath was in here, and they also made a Robin and a Superman one as well.
Now, how do you decide that that's $75? Is there a market value or a book that you go by?
Well, no. The dealers and collectors pretty much make up their own prices, supply and demand, and that usually dictates what the price goes for.
Now, what about this little Tweety bird? What does he sell for? Is he?
This is only $10. This is about 10 years old, and a lot of Tweety collectors come to these conventions. So I always bring Tweety items with me.
You mean there are people who specialize in just Tweety birds?
Yes, oh yeah, just Tweety, and I always sell a few dozen Tweety. I sold a few things today.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are there any other unusual specialties that people have, you think? I see you sell underoos. Are there people that collect just those? Or,
well, no, I think this would most likely go to a Wonder Woman collector. Some nice young girls' underwear is in here, but it happens to be shaped in Wonder Woman's costume. And if you're a Wonder Woman collector and like offbeat stuff, this is about as offbeat as you're going to get.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your stuff, and good luck making your sales today.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, now we want to talk a little bit about the death of Superman, and what better person than someone who's actually wearing an armband for the late great superhero. But he's late great only for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Now your name is
Juanma. It's from Puerto Rico. I'm from Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. So Superman has fans from all over the world, I guess, right? And what do you call him in Puerto Rico?
Oh, Superman. Same way.
Same thing. Okay. And now, how did you take the death of Superman? Were you upset by it, or?
Well, yeah, I was upset, but it was a stupid way to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
So, but he will come back though, right?
Yeah, I've heard he's gonna come back, but we'll see.
Do you have special sources that tell you this, or is it just like the word of mouth you hear that he's gonna come?
I've heard it from other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and just anything you get at Creation today at the convention? You get anything? Buy anything good?
A whole bunch of comic books. I know that.
Well, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
And you got your hand stamp. It says you have to have your hand stamp at all times here. Okay. And well, thank you very much, and we'll see you around.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, ready? All right. Well, I just can't believe who we ran into. I haven't seen this person around since the days of the series. And you are?
Vincent.
Vincent, and you came up from underneath the ground to be with us today, right?
From the tunnels, Father let me come above.
Wow. And now, and this is the outfit you normally wear?
One of them.
One of them. And I guess you'll be in the big parade tomorrow, the contest, right?
Only if they hold it below.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, can you get a shot of this whole incredible, wow. Boy, that is something. We were listening to a preview of Deep Space Nine, but we had to come out for this because this was really something special. Wow. Okay, we're here at the Creation Convention, and we've got two guys here who have made a lot of purchases today. Did you get anything good?
Broke. I got broke.
Oh.
I got broke.
You spent more money than you thought you were going to? Or?
Yes, I'm looking for Superman cards, those Doomsday cards. And I got the rest of him. He doesn't need them, but
okay, and you got a lot of cards today? Wow. That looks like it's over 100 of them there, at least.
He'll destroy them inside a week.
Okay. And now, what do you guys think about the death of Superman? Are you upset about this? Or,
No.
Because you know he's going to come back, right?
Around March. That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
Now, how do you hear a rumor like that? Do you know it's from a good source, or how do you know?
It's just a rumor. There's a lot of speculation that Superman could have been a clone, or like when he was on War World, he was trapped, you know, put aside, and somebody just sent a duplicate. They should kill Supergirl, though. What good is she? What good is Supergirl?
Wow, that's a very controversial statement you're making there.
The first punch Doomsday threw at her, she turned into jelly. All right?
Okay.
And then
wow.
She's gone. She's gone.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's see if that can happen. I don't know what they're going to think about that over at DC, but you said it, not me.
Hey, a lot of people are saying it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Staying in a comic book store for a long time. It's ridiculous.
Okay. And well, thank you for talking with us.
No problem.
Okay.